Senator Scott, thank you for joining us tonight. I want to ask you about this DHS fight first. Okay, so the Senate gets this bill, can't pass it through cloture. Can't get 60 votes to get it on the floor to get 51 votes, or 50 in the vice president. That's the way the Senate works right now today. That may change. I don't need you to weigh in on that. What I want to know is, why don't you ask the House to send you a bill that has no ICE funding in it whatsoever, pass that so that TSA, Coast Guard, FEMA, the rest of DHS is funded. You've got $25 billion sitting there annually for ICE for the next few years. Now, I know in a way you're giving up $9 to $10 billion, but you're also spending $15 billion more than you normally would. And as a fiscal conservative, it seems like that would be a decent spot to be in.
Joey, let me just say this to every single Democrat standing in the way of funding DHS. Shame on you. You're making our homeland, the United States of America, less secure because you're trying to make a political point. You're not trying to make a difference. You're trying to make a political point because, as you just alluded to, in the Working Families Tax Cut bill, we funded the vast majority of ICE through 2029. And so what you're seeing today, Joey, are Democrats literally leveraging our national security to make a political point, not a difference, not taking care of the home front, not funding TSA, not funding those who need FEMA to come in after a disaster. We're talking about leaving our Coast Guard unfunded. Why? Politics, not to make a difference, but to make a point. And Joe, I'll go one step further. Not only should they be ashamed of themselves, when they're walking through the airports over the next several days, they should be looking down, not into the eyes of people sometimes working paycheck to paycheck, keeping our airports safe, keeping passengers moving. It is undeniable that we've already funded 96% of the United States government through the appropriations process. Only 4% remains unfunded. That's the Department of Homeland Security, and ICE isn't an issue because the vast majority of that funding has already been taken care of previously. So what you're really seeing are stalling tactics to change the outcome of the midterm election. Thank God Almighty, it will not work.